Episode 33, Becky Internet Email Using Attachments and the Address Book. In episode 32 of the Mystic Place podcast, I discussed and described using Becky Internet Email with screen readers. There were some changes that are suggested to make Becky work with screen readers. In this section, I'm going to work with the address book and sending and viewing attachments. For this podcast, just to switch it out a little bit, I will be using NVDA with Vocalizer Lee, the Australian voice. So I'm at my desktop.
Becky, V.2.
And press enter.
Mail Becky, list.
So now I'm in the list of messages, and I have none. So I'm going to go to the Tools menu. So I'm going to press the Alt key.
File submenu Alt F. Edit sub, view sub, mail sub, tools submenu Alt T.
Then go down to address book.
Mailbox setup, general plugin setup, mailing lists, add to mailing list, filtering map, sort new messages are. Sort selected map, address book B.
Press enter.
Address book, dialog, tree view, level 1 default 1 of 1.
So now we're in our address book, and there's a tree, and there's the default address book. And if I tab,
dialog, list 1 list.
they'll be in a list. This is where your addresses would be. So let's go to the menu.
File submenu Alt F.
Then I'm going to go to the right.
Edit submenu Alt E, view submenu Alt V, tools submenu Alt T, help submenu Alt H, system submenu space, file submenu Alt F.
Now I'm going to go down.
Set to mail S.
You could set it to mail. Basically, when you're viewing an address, you can hit this command and it will send a new message to that address.
New address, N.
That's how you would add a new address.
Delete addresses, unavailable D. New address group, G.
New address group, so if you wanted to make a group of people that you wanted to email regularly, you could do that.
New address book, B.
There's a new address book, so if you didn't want to put work contacts in your default address book, you could categorize them in another address book and call it work, and we can do that later.
Delete address group / book, unavailable L. Property, unavailable P. Reconstruct index, unavailable R. Import submenu I. Export submenu E. Close C. Set to mail S.
And we're back to the first one, so we'll hit escape.
File submenu Alt F.
Go to the right.
Edit submenu Alt T. Cut T. Copy C. Paste unavailable P. Select all A. Set addresses to list S. Search address E. Cut T.
Escape.
Edit view submenu Alt V. Toolbar check T. Status bar check S.
Escape.
View tools submenu Alt T. Input format submenu F.
And that's it.
Tools submenu. Help submenu Alt H. Help for address book H.
And that's it. So we'll escape.
Help submenu Alt H.
Escape again.
Address book. Dialog. List 1 list.
So let's press Control N to add a new address.
Add to address book dialog personal. Default. Dialog. General property page used for input shortcut. Full name. Edit Alt F. Blank.
So I'm going to type in my name.
Space. G.
Tab.
Email. Edit Alt M. Blank.
Type in my email address.
mysticpodcast@gmail.com.
Tab.
Nickname. Edit Alt K. Blank.
I can put a nickname here and type in
mysticpodcast.
tab again.
Web page. Edit Alt W. www.mysticplace.io.
Tab again.
Organization. Grouping. Company. Division. Edit Alt I. Blank. Note. Edit multi-line Alt O. Tab control. General tab selected.
Now we can go and see what other tabs there are.
Details tab selected.
There's a Details tab.
Miscellaneous tab selected.
And a Miscellaneous tab. So let's go back to the Details tab, and we're going to do that by pressing the left arrow.
Details tab selected. Group to add. Button Alt G.
Group to add. This is where you could specify the address book of where you wanted this address to go. So again, go back to the work example. If you press this button, you'd see your personal default or your work address book if you created one.
Search name button Alt N. Search email button Alter. Delete entry button Alt D. OK button. Cancel button. Help button. Dialog. Details property page. First name, edit alt F, blank.
And you could put
Last name,
your
edit
details
alt,
in here as well. I'm going to just control tab and go to the final tab.
miscellaneous property page vcard format. Property, combo box collapsed. Edit
Okay.
alt P,
So here's where you can add just miscellaneous things, and we'll scroll through this dialog box.
type, edit alt Y, blank. Data, edit multi-line alt T, add button alter. Delete button alt L. From file, button alt F, list 1 list. Tab control, miscellaneous tab selected.
I'm going to press enter to add the address.
Address book, dialog, list 1 list. Chris G email address, mysticplacidcast@mail.com 1 of 1.
Now you can see that it's been entered. Now let's press Control P, and that will bring up the properties of the contact.
Address property dialog, general property page used for input shortcut. Full name, edit alt F, selected Chris G.
So we can change any of the information, so we will just tab through.
Email, edit alt M, selected mysticplacidcast@mail.com.
Press enter.
Address book, dialog, list 1 list. Chris G email address, mysticplacidcast@mail.com 1 of 1. Chris G email,
Now I'm going to Shift Tab one time.
combo box by email collapse.
Do it again.
Combo box collapsed. Edit.
Do it again.
Dialog. Tree view. Default 1 of 1 level 1.
There is our list of mailboxes. I'm going to close this by hitting the left arrow key.
Level 0 personal expanded 1 of 1.
Close it again.
Collapsed.
Then I'm going to go to the File menu.
File submenu alt F. Set to mail control enter S. New address. Control N. Delete addresses. Unavailable D. New address group. Control GG. New address book B.
New address book. I press enter.
Address book dialog. Address book name. Edit all 10. Blank.
And I'm going to call it work.
W. O R K.
And I'm going to press enter.
Address book. Dialog. Tree view. Personal expanded not selected 1 of 2 level 0. Level 1 default 1 of 1.
So now I'm going to press down arrow.
Level 0 work 2 of 2.
And then we'll go up.
Level 1 default 1 of 1.
And then I'm going to tab in.
Dialog. List 1 list. Chris G email address. mysticplacidcast@mail.com 1 of 1.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to Shift Tab.
Combo box by.
Do it again.
Combo box collapsed. Dialog. Tree view. Default 1 of 1 level 1.
So now I'm in my default address book, which is what I wanted to do because I wanted to show you that email address was in there. Now I'm going to go down.
Level 0 work 2 of 2.
And then I'm going to tab.
Dialog. List 1 list.
And I'm going to add a work contact. So I'm going to press Control N for a new address.
Add to address book dialog work. Default. Dialog. General property page used for input shortcut. Full name. Edit alt F. Blank.
And then I'm going to type in
GPS. Space. GERL space EARL. Email. Edit alt M. Blank.
and then I'm going to type
GPS at EDROGREP.M.
and I'm going to tab again.
Nickname. Edit alt K. GPS space A web page. Edit alt W. www.edrogrep.m.
And press enter.
Address book. Dialog. List 1 list. GPS general email address. GPS at senderagrup.com 1 of 1.
We now have one address in the work address book and one address in the personal address book. So now I'm going to press Alt F4 to close the address book.
Mail Becky. List.
So now I'm going to send an attachment to myself. So I'm going to do a new message. Control N.
Compose from Chris G. Mystic Placidcast at mail.com. Dialog. To edit auto. Blank.
And then I'm going to use the nickname that I assigned in the address book. So I'm going to type
MY. Selected Stick Place Podcast.
Now I'm going to tab.
CC Edit Alt C. Blank. BCC Edit Alt Subject. Edit Alt S. Blank.
I'm going to send myself a document that I have with messenger emoticons. So I'm going to type in that as my subject.
MER space LE space T.
Tab.
Dialog. Edit. Blank. Space S dot.
Now I'm going to go to the File menu.
File submenu Alt F. Save to drop. Save draft. Send now. Switch mailbox. Reply all unavailable. Reminder. Upload template. Edit template. Save as template. Save as signature. Attach files.
Press enter.
Open dialog file name. File name. Combo box collapsed.
And then I'm going to shift tab to my list of files.
Folder view list. Date created. 1/23/.
And just so I get there quickly, I'm going to type messenger.
And S.
Read my current line.
Messenger emoticons list. Date modified. 2/11/2007 7:29 a.m. Type Microsoft Office Word 97 2003 document. Size 29 KB.
Press enter.
Attaching files dialog description about encoding. Base 64. Choose this if you are not sure. Base 64 is the most popular encoding method and widely used by most of mail readers. Encoding. Combo box base 64 collapsed Alt E.
Okay, there's base 64.
Bin hex content type. Application / Mac bin hex 40. UUN code content transfer UUN code
So I'm going to go back up to base 64 because I'm not sure.
UUN bin hex content base 64.
And I'm going to press enter.
Composed from Chris G. Mystic Placipodcast at mail.com.
Now I'm going to do Control-Shift-G to send the email.
Mail Becky. List.
Now let's check for email. Do Control-M.
You're going to regret this.
Subject. Messenger smile list. From Chris G. Mystic Placipodcast at mail.com. Sent date. 6/24/2012 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 48 seconds AM. Size 41,933 1 of 1.
If you notice, the message size is 41K. It's a pretty big message, and that's because 26K of it is the document. So I'm going to press enter to open the message, or I could tab again.
Dialogue from Chris G. Mystic Placipodcast at mail.com to Chris G. Mystic Placipodcast at mail.com. Subject. Messenger smile list. Date. Sunday, the 24th of June 2012 2 hours, 7 minutes, and...
So now I'm in the message.
Here is the attachment of the smiles. It is a Word document. Blank.
Now, if I want to interact with the attachments, I need to tab once.
List.
And now I'm in the attachments list.
Messenger emoticons list. Doc 1 of 1.
And I just hit the down arrow key, and there is my list of attachments. If there were more than one attachment, they would be there. So I'm going to hit the applications key in order to bring up the context menu list.
Context menu. Save as S. Open with W. Open O. Save and open V. Delete D. Explorer E. Save as S. Open with W. Open O.
And I'm going to press enter to open the attachment.
Message from Becky. Dialog warning: this attachment file is executable. If this file contains malicious program code like computer virus, your computer will be damaged. It is recommended that you save this file first and run virus checker. Do you still want to open it? No button. All 10.
Okay, that's a nice little warning that comes up. I know this file is safe because I just sent it to myself. I will open it. So I'm going to tab to yes.
Yes button. Alt Y.
Press enter.
Mail Becky. Dialog from Chris G. Mystic. Messenger emoticons list. Doc read only compatibility mode. Microsoft Word non-commercial use. Messenger emoticons list. Doc read only compatibility mode. Microsoft Word document edit multi-line. Page 1 Messenger emoticons list. Messenger emoticons list. Blank.
And I'm just reading the document.
Type a keyboard combination from the list below to put the emoticon in your message. Emoticons that are not in the drop-down table are listed here first. To send this, type one of the following. Thumbs up. Y or Y. Thumbs down. N or N. B or mug. B or B. Martini glass. D or D.
So now that I'm done with my document, I will close it with Alt F4.
Mail Becky. Dialog from Chris G. Mystic Placipodcast at mail.com to Chris G. Mystic.
Now I am left exactly where I was. I am actually in the attachments list, focused on the attachment that I just opened.
Messenger emoticons list. Doc.
And I just read my current line. So if I want to delete the message, I need to shift tab, because if I just hit the delete key, I can actually delete the attachment off of the email. And let me do that.
Message from Becky. Dialog. Are you sure you want to delete the selected attachment files? Yes button. Alt Y.
And I'll press enter.
Mail Becky. Dialog from Chris G.
Now the attachment is gone and we are still in the attachments list. So we will shift tab.
Edit. Blank.
And then we're
Here
back
is the
in the
attachment.
message. And I will hit the delete key.
List.
and now I am focused in the list of messages, which I have no more of. So let me close Becky by pressing Alt F4.
Unknown.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed this part 2 of the Becky Internet Email series of podcasts. If you would like to suggest any topics for me to cover within Becky or any other podcast, feel free. My contact information follows. Thank you very much for listening.
Hi there, my name is Joey.
And my name is Kimberly.
Thanks for listening to the Mystic Place blog and podcast. We hope you have enjoyed this episode.
Joey.
Yes, Kimberly.
It is my turn to talk.
Okay.
Thanks, Joey.
No problem.
If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to send an email to mysticplacepodcast@gmail.com or leave a voice message at 864. Mystic 4, that is 86469784424, or follow him on Twitter at cgrabo73.
You can visit the blog at www.mysticplace.info.
Don't forget to check out the Mystic Place community at www.mysticplacecommunity.info.
Have a nice day.
Take care.